Hi everyone, this is Sushant. So guys, in today's session, we are going to learn about resource types. Okay, how you can utilize resource types to create a common reusable code while designing the RAML. Okay, so in previous part 1, we have learned about what is RAML, basic root file settings we did, media types, HTTP methods, data types, query params, URI params, status codes. So all these things we covered in part 1. Okay, and also we designed one most basic endpoint in the design center and learned how you can specify media types, how you can specify status codes, how you can specify example. So that was just a basic endpoint to just make you familiar with how you can start implementing your RAML design in the design center. Okay, so in this lecture, in this part 2, we will learn how you can create resource types and how you can utilize them as a part of common reusable code, so that you not need to specify the same lines again and again in your code. Okay, and it will increase the reusability of your code also. So guys, let's understand first what is a resource type. So guys, from the definition it is written, in order to implement the patterns found in the API, resource types use reserved and user defined parameters surrounded by double angle brackets. So guys, on the right hand side you can see that's how we used to create the resource types. So you can see a common collection has been created, and a part of this collection all the HTTP methods are specified: get method, post method, patch method, so that you not need to repeat this structure again and again in your RAML. You not need to repeat it again and again. Okay, so as a part of common reusable code, we can specify it as a collection under resource types, so that you can just import the resource types and utilize this same code again and again. Okay, so in previous part 1 we created one simple endpoint and created one simple structure like this. Okay, now we will create one resource type and utilize this structure, how we can increase the reusability in our code while designing the RAML. Okay guys, without wasting time, let's go to the Anypoint platform and start implementing the design. Okay. So guys, we are in design center now. So just a summary. So in previous part 1 we created this basic root file settings. We specified title, description, version, base URI, protocols, and one simple health check endpoint, which will be helpful for checking the end system health, and also acts like a connectivity check. You can also utilize this endpoint for connectivity check, that whether your application is working or not. So it has various uses. Okay, so guys, as you can see, uh, we have written response is 200, body, method, application slash JSON example. So this we can implement under resource types as a part of a common collection, so that we not need to repeat these lines again and again. We can just import the collection and utilize it. Okay, so guys, to start implementing, okay, we need to first create a common collection. Okay, under a resource type, as a part of a resource type we need to create one common collection. So I will simply create one folder here. I will write like resource types, types. Okay, so I will create it. Okay, now under this I will create one RAML file. Okay, I will click on new file. So the file type is should be a resource type, and here we will give it like common collection. Okay, common collection dot RAML. Okay, resource type, we are going to create one resource type, that's why we have selected as a resource type. Okay, so we will click on create. So guys, as you can see, a simple file has been created. Okay, having a RAML version as 1.0, and it is written as resource type. So in this only we will start implementing our common collection. Okay, So in this file we will start implementing the common collection. So guys, you can, because it's a resource type, so you will not need to write like common collection or something. You can directly start defining the methods basically. So you can write like post question mark, okay, because a method can be get, it can be post, it can be put. So I'm going to create resource type in such a way so that whenever you will specify a post method, it will pick a post method code or common collection, and whenever you will specify the get, it will pick get collection, get common collection code. Okay, so guys, let me show you how it works. So you can write like this. Okay, so you need to now write it as body. Okay, now you need to write as application slash JSON. Okay, because it's a post method, so in this post method we are going to pass some body. Okay, because we are going to create something, we are going to post something, so we need to specify body, and the body format is application slash JSON, which I'm going to use. Okay, so I've specified media type as application slash JSON. Okay guys, so now I will write like type. Okay, type I will write. So guys, in the resource types we used to write it like this. Okay, having double like this is a structure. Okay, so similarly you need to give, so we can just write post request schema. I just forgot the, let me check. So we used to call it as double angle brackets. Okay, so in resource type we have to specify the type as a double angle brackets. Okay, so if we click on next, now we will specify one example. Okay, so this is just a format that whenever you will utilize this post method from the resource types, what and all things you need to specify, okay, as a part of this post request. Okay, now I will give it an example here. Similarly, double angle brackets I will write, and in this you can write post request example simply. So we need, whenever we will define a request in our root file, we need to provide these things. Okay, whatever structure we have defined here as a part of this post method in the resource types. Okay guys, and body we have defined, and now we need to define some responses. So after creating something, okay, after posting something, what response you will return to the client. Okay, so you need response also. So response you can write here just okay, in parallel with body. Okay, responses you can write. Okay, now in parallel with this you can write 200. If the status code is 200, then what body we need to provide in the response body, we can write application slash JSON. Okay, and after that you can similarly specify type and example like we did here. So you can just copy paste. In an example you can write like example post request. Okay, but because it's a response, so I will give it like response. Okay guys, so we defined one request schema also, we defined a response schema also. So similar structure you can also define this similar structure in the root file also. Okay, in root file also you can define this similar structure. Okay, but to make code reusable, we have already defined this structure here as a part of resource types, so that we not need to write application slash JSON type example again responses in this root file again and again. You can just import this collection response type and utilize it. Okay, that's the reason I have created this. So guys, so we have specified the status code as 200 here, but what if this request is having some failures? Okay, so for that also you need to specify some status codes. Okay, so we will click on next. Okay, so what we will do, we will copy it, we will paste it, we will change it as 400. Okay guys, so body is as it is, application slash JSON as it is. In type you can specify. Okay, you can specify it as error schema because it's a error. 400 comes under error, it's a bad request error. In previous case it was 200, it was success, so we simply specified a post request schema, but this time we are throwing an error as 400 bad request. So in that case we will create one different schema called as error schema. Okay, and in example we can just simply specify one of the examples. Okay, so we can just remove it. Okay, so to specify an example we can create one folder, okay, called as example. Under that we will start creating the examples for this error schemas. Okay, what will be the structure of an error if any error occurs? Okay, so guys, let me create one folder called as examples. So in this examples folder we will specify all the examples. Okay, so because we are going to specify an error example, so we will create one error examples folder. Okay, error examples folder, or simply like error examples. So guys, in this error examples folder we will start okay, creating the examples for these different status codes. Okay, so because it's a folder name is error example, so error examples only we will cover in this folder. Okay, so you just need to write a new file. Okay, so after selecting it as new file you can click other, you can write it like error, because we are going to specify it for 400, so we will write error bad request. Okay, bad request dot JSON. Okay, or you can also write example. Yes, so we will click on create, so you can see an example having a bad request example got created. Guys, so in this you can specify some structure. What will be the structure of your uh, error response which you are going to send to the client? So I will simply write it as success false, that hey, success is false, it's not success, the request was not success. Okay, and status code code 400, and in the last we will give error message. Okay, 400 bad request, simply you can write. Okay, so that's how we created one error example. So we'll just copy this path, okay, and go to our resource types common collection. So whenever you need to specify any example you need to write it like this, hash exclamation include, and then you have to paste that path. Okay guys, so this way you can import examples. Okay. So it is giving error. Yeah, I think because we are directly picking from the base location. We are directly picking this path from the base location. So this file, we need to go out of from this file. Okay. So at the base file level, we need to pick this path. So guys, we need to write it like dot dot. Okay. So we'll go to the at a base location level. Okay. And we specify this file path. Okay. So that's how we used to specify. So similarly, you can specify as many status codes as you can, guys. For now, I have specified only bad request. You can also specify 401 unauthorized. If someone didn't pass client ID or secret, or it's a wrong client ID or secret, it will throw 401 that hey, request is unauthorized, request is wrong, your credentials you need to check. So guys, similarly, like previously we specified it as error bad request example. This time we will specify it as error unauthorized request example. Okay. So we'll click on plus, new file, other, error. Guys, we will copy this payload and paste it here, and we will simply change it to 401 unauthorized, that hey, the request is unauthorized. Okay. And success is false. Okay. So we will similarly copy the path. We'll go to the common collection and similarly specify it. Okay guys, so we created one common resource type for post request. Okay, so whenever you will specify this collection, okay, in under any of the request, you need to specify some schemas like this, post request schemas, post request examples like this. Okay, that part I will show you. Similarly, I will do the same for get, delete and update, because we discussed in part 1 that we are going to uh, create these 4 endpoints, right? So we will create methods, resource types accordingly. Okay, so similarly we will do the same for get also. Okay, so get is much simpler than that of post. Okay, you just need to write get, okay, semicolon. So because get doesn't have any body, so you can just simply write responses. Okay, and then the responses you can write 200 if that's a success request, then body. Okay, then media type. Okay, and under media type you can simply specify type, just like we did previously. Okay, so you can just copy it, paste it. Similarly you need to write this example. Okay, but this time it's a get, so we'll write get response schema, and here get response example, get response example. Okay, so guys, that's it. Okay, it is very easy. And similarly we can copy these errors in any case if any error occurs, and you can simply paste it like this, no change needed. Okay, So these two errors can be, we can specify similarly as a part of this get also. Okay, moving on to the next method, guys. So in the next method we will cover put, okay, which will act like update or create at the same time. Okay, so we'll just write put, specify the question mark. So it is almost similar as that of this post. Okay, this schema will be same as that of the post, so we'll just simply copy it, and you just need to, okay, simply let's copy it first. So while copying you should be take care of indentation, that from where you have to start copying. Okay, like this. So you need to click on next and paste as it is. You just need to change this part, put, here also put, okay, here also put, similarly. Okay guys, so similarly we have created one put method also. So three methods are done: post, get, and put. Okay, the last one is, which is delete. Okay, so in delete also we have only responses. Okay, there is no request. Okay, because we are going to delete a user on the basis of user ID, and user ID we are going to pass it as a URI params, so there is no body. So we will create one delete request. Okay, so we'll copy this get request the way we created it, and we will just simply paste it. Okay, and you just need to write delete, and here you need to change DEL. Okay, so guys, done. Okay, these are the four methods we have commonly defined as a part of this resource type. Okay, yeah, under common collection.raml. Okay, so this resource type we are going to utilize, okay, while creating our RAML design. Okay guys, so let's go to the root file and start implementing the RAML. Okay, so guys, before start implementing the endpoints using this common collection, we need to first import that common collection, okay, which is a part of resource types. So you just need to write like resource types, and then you need to write common collection, because we are going to import common collection. Okay, common collection you have written. So as I told you how you can import it, you need to write hash include, and guys, then you need to copy this path. Okay, and you can just simply paste it. So successfully we have imported the common collection, guys. Okay, okay, so this same common collection we are going to use, okay, while designing our endpoints. So guys, let me show you. So you not need to repeat these things again and again, okay, because we have already done this part in the common collection. We have already defined these methods: body, application slash JSON, example, type. Okay, so you just need to pass these things. Okay, you just need to pass these things, double angled quotes, brackets, sorry, whatever is written in the double angle brackets, you need to just pass this thing, and this common collection automatically picks that, okay, and it will define this schema for you wherever you will use that common collection. Okay, let me show you how it will work. Okay, so I will remove this thing for now. Okay, so guys, how you can do this, you just need to write type Okay, what you want to write here? Common collection. So you need to write it similarly, whatever resource type you have. Sorry. Okay, so after writing this, you just need to put semicolon, and because it's a common collection, we have imported as a part of this resource types. So guys, now you just need to pass these things. You not need to write body application slash JSON. Okay, type example response is 200, type example. You not need to write this again and again, because we have already imported that common collection. Now you just need to pass these two things, that hey, what is the post request schema, what is the get response schema, okay, what is the post request example. So these things just you need to pass. Okay, and this common collection, whatever is written in this double angled brackets, it will automatically pick that whatever you have specified as a part of this method under a particular endpoint. Okay, so because this is a get call, that health check is a get, so we need to specify these two things. Okay, and this common collection automatically picks these two things for that particular endpoint. Okay, and it will behave like this without even writing it in the root file. Okay, so you need to write get response schema. Okay, semicolon. So here you can specify the schema. Okay, similarly you can write get response example. Okay, so here you can give example, here you can give example, here you can give specify schema. Okay, after the semicolon. The last one is error schema. Okay, so here you can specify the error schema. What will be the error schema if you get any errors while calling this endpoint? Okay, so you can also remove this method from here. Okay, let's improve some indentation. Okay, indentation is very important, guys. Okay, and you can specify the method like this. Okay, you just need to simply write get, that's it. Okay, now the only thing we need to do is we need to specify some schema here, we need to specify some example here, and we need to specify some error schema here, because these are the three things which this common collection is expecting. Okay, this common collection is expecting from this get request. Okay, these are the three things we need to specify here. So these three, if we specify these things here, it will dynamically assigns it here, here, here. Okay, okay, it will dynamically assign it here. Let me write it. Okay, let me write the error schema like this. Okay, guys. So three things you need to pass as a part of this get request: get response schema, get response example, and this error schema. Okay, if you pass this in this root file, it will dynamically assign it to this common collection, and it will work as a common code. Okay, without writing those lines. So guys, let's start preparing how you can write, how you can create schema, how you can create examples, and how you can create error schema. Okay. So guys, I will create one separate folder, okay, called as types, where we will specify our schemas, okay, for different endpoints. So I will create one folder called as new folder, and I will give it as title, sorry, types. Okay. Okay, so under these types we will create some libraries. Under those libraries we will create schemas. Okay, so we will create one new folder and give it a name called as libraries. Okay, so guys, under this library folder, okay, under this library folder we will start implementing our start creating our schemas. So, okay, so you just need to simply write click plus new file. Okay, and we need to specify some schema library, and you just need to give the file name as, so because it's a health endpoint, okay, so you can give it like check health library dot raml. Okay, and you can just simply click on create. Okay guys, now we can just start creating that schema, what and all schema we needed, what and all fields are required, what and all fields are not required. So all that part we can specify here. So I will write types. I used to write types first, and then you can give it like post, sorry, you can give it like get health check response schema. Okay, now you can write description, what this endpoint will do. You can write this is just a health check API. Okay, now what will be the format you are going to return? Okay, what will be the data type you are going to return? So we will give it as type. What will be the type we are going to return? So we're going to return it as object. Okay, so we will return it as object having. So how you can specify fields under this object type? So you need to write properties, guys, and under this properties you need to write those field names now. Okay, so we will write status of that particular app. Okay, sorry, we don't need to specify any double quotes, guys, you just need to write it as it is. Specify semicolon, and similarly you need to write a description. Okay, it is a best practice to specify description for each and every field. Status of the app. Okay, so what will be the data type of this field? Okay, you can give it like type, and you can just simply write string, that hey, it's a string. Okay, and the last one, you can pass one more field which is required. Okay, so what this will do, so if it's a necessary field that every time whosoever will hit this API, you want to return this field every time, then you can mark this field as required, as true. So every time while returning the response, you should have this field in the response. Okay, if this field is not there in the response, your API will give errors. So every time while returning the response, your API should have this field called as status. Okay, so that user will get to know what will be the status of your API. Is it up and running or not? Okay, and what else? We can specify one more field called as what we can say, name, system name, which we are checking. Okay, description you need to write. Let's copy it. Name of the app. This one is also string, and this one I'm keeping it as false. So because it's false, so it's not necessary to return this field every time. Okay, so guys, we have successfully created one library. Okay, similarly we will create one error library. Okay, error library also we will create. So we will specify it as library. Okay, and you can just simply write error library dot raml. Click on create. Similarly you can just copy it, paste it, get error schema. Okay, or you can just simply write, because get method can be post also at the same time, so it's better to give it like error simply. I think that would be much better. Okay, types error. Okay, description would be okay, error thrown. Okay, and then you can give it like object, because whatever our format we are going to return it, data type we are going to return to the user, it will be in an object form. And what and all fields you are going to return when you will throw an error for any of the request. Okay, so those fields you can specify here. Okay, so you can write like one field is, okay, so you can, let's see this one. So these three fields we will specify: success, status code, and error message. Okay, let's copy it. Success, and let's keep it in a small letters. Okay, and then status code. What will be the status code of that error? Okay, and the last one is error message. Okay, you can just simply write it and paste it, and you can just copy it and similarly put semicolon and enter and paste. Okay, now you can change the description. Success check. Okay, we will keep it as false to avoid any discrepancies. Okay, status code we will keep status code returned. Okay, error message, error message. So guys, we have successfully created one error library also. Okay, so now we just copy this path. Okay, so it's a health endpoint. Okay, response schema for this we have created. So this is the schema we are going to use. So we will just copy it. Okay, but before that you need to import these libraries. These libraries you need to import in the root file here. Okay guys, then only you can use it. Okay, so let's import these things first. So you can just simply write uses, and under uses you can just simply write check health library. Okay, and you just simply copy that path. Okay, so it has successfully imported. Okay, now you can just copy it, or click paste it here, dot. Okay, which schema you want to pick as a part of this library. So go to this library. So this is the schema we want to pick for this health check response. We will copy this schema because under this schema we have specified everything. Okay, what will be the data type of whatever we are going to return to the user, what and all fields it includes. Okay, all that. So we will just paste it like this. Okay, let's wait. Let me see what is the error. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's specify these things also and see if this error will gone or not. Similarly, we will copy this. Okay, we will import this error library. Okay, simply paste it, and we will simply copy it, paste it, dot, and similarly specify this error schema. Okay, paste it. Okay guys, so it's saying cannot find variable error schema. Okay, so let's go to the common collection and see how it is picking it. So because S is capital, okay, that's the reason it is not picking. Okay, so we'll give capital S here. That was the issue. Okay, so the all the errors are gone now. Okay, okay, so now we can specify example also, guys. Okay, let's specify one example. So we have already created one folder called as examples. So we will create one more folder for these examples which are not related to the errors. So we'll write use case examples basically. Okay, we will create it. Okay, and under this we will create examples. Okay, so we can write get health example.json like this. You can click on create. Okay guys, and you can just simply return the payload whatever schema you have defined for this health. Okay, so we have specified a status and name. Okay, so for this health we have specified status and name. Okay guys, so let's give it here, status success, up and running, app is up and running, app is up and running. Okay, and in the next field we will write name. Okay, name of the app. So the app name is user. Okay, user app, from where we are going to fetch user details. Okay, so let's copy this file path. Okay, go to the root file and just paste it. Okay guys, so it's saying it's this field success should be string. Okay, and the other one is should be object. Okay, let's check with this common collection where it is referring to. Okay, okay guys, so we got the error. Okay, so here we have specified the in error examples we have specified as success as this boolean, but it should be string. Okay, it should be string, that's the reason it was throwing the error. Okay, so let's give it string structure. Okay, and like this, and similarly here. Okay, so that error has gone now. Now the last error is it should be object line number 30. Let me check which it is referring to. So in common collection.raml line number 3020. Okay, let's go there. So we have specified, okay guys, so we have missed one thing. We need to specify hash and exclamation include. That's why it was not picking that example. Okay, so all the errors are gone now. Okay, and if you click on this, so on the right hand side you can guys see a documentation got created of this health check endpoint. So if you click on this, so you can see without even specifying those status codes here, you got all the response status codes, having all the responses. Okay, without even specifying the examples here in the main root file. So your main root file is looking shorter, having few lines of code, but having lot of things specified for each and every endpoint. So guys, this is one of the best ways you can create your RAML. Okay, you can create common collections where you can specify your methods. Okay, and then create your libraries where you can specify your schemas, then import both common collections and libraries in the root file and use them. Okay, so that way you can reduce the lines of code written in the root file by reusing the same lines of code from the resource types. Okay, so guys, that's why this resource type is very helpful. Okay, so guys, we will create these remaining endpoints in part 3. Okay, so I hope you understood everything we have learned in this session, in this part 2, on what is resource type, how you can utilize the common collections. Okay, how you can make a RAML design reusable. Okay, so thanks everyone guys, thanks for watching this session. See you soon, bye.